So I'd just like to talk about flipped mastery for a moment. Now, the basic idea behind flipped mastery is that when you're teaching a flipped classroom, everyone doesn't have to move at the same speed. We can all be working at different speeds, which opens up a whole range of possibilities. Now, I'm going to draw a graph so you can see what this looks like, because I love graphs. So here's a fantastic graph, or at least the beginnings of it. Now we have our term time along the bottom, exam, holidays. We have our content learnt on our y-axis. Now, a general way to teach, if it's not flipped mastery, is that your entire class starts here with no content and moves towards the exam in a fairly linear line, and they've got 100% of the content here. And we know that some students will learn all of that content really well, and some of those students will learn all of it really poorly. They'll be taught all of it, but they won't learn it all. Okay, so with flipped mastery, each student's going to work at their own pace. So we might have a student in the middle of the classroom who works at that pace. They start here and they move in a straight line until they hit the exam. They've got 100% of the knowledge and they're ready to go, and they move in that straight line. Now, you might have a student who works faster than other people. Okay, now if that's the case, they're going to get up to this bit really quickly. And if you let them keep going, they're going to have 100% of the content by here. And this is your opportunity instead to really extend them. To say, okay, whoa, stop there, stop there. Now that you've learned that much content, you can apply it in this really cool way, and you can give them some extension activity. And you can have them applying and creating in really cool and interesting ways. And for this point here, they continue at that content level, but applying it in more and more exciting ways. Now, once they get to here, they might start learning again new content in a faster thing, and then you can give them another extension. Now, they might learn the next bit at everyone else's pace, and then they might learn some more really fast, and you can do another extension. So this person might work like that. So you might have those students. Now, you might be thinking, oh, but what about the students that are working more slowly? Okay, so you might have a student that's working like this, and he only gets to here. And then you say, okay, well, you haven't gotten all of that 25% content, but we probably need to leave it there. And he might miss this section. It might never cover it. But as long as that section of work isn't paramount to learning the new content, we can let him skip it and we can move him forward. And then it might be that was just a sticking point and he can move forward, and he might even move faster through the next section, or he might move slower through the next section, and he might skip bits here. And then hopefully he'll end up close to being around the 75% mark, the 80 mark by the end of the term. Now, you might be looking at this and going, whoa, what about this student? They didn't even get to do all of the content. But you really have to start asking your question, what would I prefer? Would I prefer that they learned all of the content poorly, or would I prefer that they learned 75% of the content well? Now, that really is dependent upon your subject area and how comfortable you are with having 28 students all moving at different paces at different times. But there's our basic idea behind flipped mastery. Everybody should be working at their own pace. And when you're working at your own pace and learning at your level, that frown should get turned upside down. Flipped mastery, I think it's a really nice way to teach in some subjects. You decide if it's right for yours.